is there something rather than nothing? Why does the universe exist? Why the Big Bang and not the Great Silence? Why is there anything? And the answer I suggest to you is because God loves it. You see, there are many possible ways you could answer it. Different people have answered it. Some very distinguished theologians have answered it by saying, it's to show the glory of God. It's to reveal the power and the justice of God. All of those are wonderful things, and I'm in favor of all of them. But they're not actually the reason why there's something rather than nothing. Because you see, all of them imply that God is getting something out of creating. That God becomes glorified. God is seen to be just. God is manifested in his works. But that all implies that the universe is doing something for or to God. And of course, you can't do something for or to God. God doesn't need the universe. God, you remember, is God. God doesn't need anything. God is perfect, complete, full, absolute. Well, if the universe doesn't exist so that God gives something to it, is it possible that the universe exists so that God can give something to it? It's not that the universe gives something to God, but that God gives something to the universe. Now, what is it that God calls the whole universe into being in order to give? Well, again, there are two possibilities I suggest to you. The first is that the universe is called into being so God can give it something other than God. Something very good, something very wonderful, but not God's self. But the problem with that is anything that exists that isn't God is just more of the universe. So it doesn't really answer the question. The only possibility I suggest to you that really holds up is God calls everything into existence so God can give God's self to it. The universe exists so that God can give God's self to the universe. The universe exists so that because God loves it.